In 1994, a new sound hit the streets, but it became more than just a sound. It became a culture, a movement. This is UK Garage.
Welcome to the world famous Old Beach in Ibiza. Today we are going to be celebrating 30 years of UK Garage with a very exclusive and special live performance for you. Enjoy!
I can't live without you.
What's good, people? It's your boy Denzee. We're back again, the original Garage Senders on YouTube. We're here in IBIZA, and I have a super special guest, the one and only DJ Spoony.
What's happening?
How we doing, sir?
Good, champ.
You okay?
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you in Ibiza for the first time.
Oh, do you know what I was going to say? Thank you for coming on the channel.
Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely.
Sorry, you said you're coming on the channel.
I know.
Thank you for having me on the channel.
No.
Thank you for coming to Ibiza.
Oh, no. It's an absolute pleasure. I was going to say, speaking of Ibiza, you've been here many times.
Yeah.
How many times have you been on this particular island now?
Lost count.
Lost count.
I've been a resident at O Beach for 10 years. I didn't come during COVID. It first started out as a 10 week residency. I now do 22 return trips.
Yeah. And it's not just garage you play here. You play pretty much everything when you're here.
More open format.
More open format when it's here, and it's nice. It's a nice atmosphere here. Our channel, though, we are dedicated and to the garage scene. We are honouring the pioneers of this scene, as we like to call it. We've just been speaking to Dave from MONSTABOY, one of the producers there, and we, eternally grateful for what you did for us and helped us with our
pleasure,
with our track when we was coming through. But this particular genre, like we were saying, 30 years of garage. Did you envision that it was, that it would be this kind of this length of time that this genre will still be going? Did you kind of think that, or?
No, you never do. You never do. We were so, we were so in the moment. It wasn't like a great big marketing strategy. It was just good records would come out, we'd play them. More good records come out, we keep playing them. A club would open, we go and do a club. It was never in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And actually, I could say that maybe between 2005, maybe 2006, for about 10 years, things kind of went really quiet with the scene, and other scenes were more prominent. Underground scenes kind of took the place, but over the last sort of 4 or 5 years, there's really been a resurgence. And it's nice in 2024.
What do you think that resurgence? I mean, what do you think that resurgence? How did you think that kind of happened? Because I was speaking to Dave earlier about coming away from garage raves, and now everything's kind of becoming festivals, and it does kind of hit like a different clientele, and it seems to have it's kind of built and built and built again from there. I don't know what if you're the same as that as well.
I think there's a few things. I mean, it's come away from clubs because there aren't any clubs. There used to be sort of 2 or 3 festivals a year, and it's not quite 2 or 3 club nights a year, but it seems that festivals have largely replaced club nights. But I don't know, I think the people that were out raving around the turn of the century, they are now sort of had their kids have grown to a certain age, and now they're looking to go back out again. So, if they were 20 in 2000, they're 45 now, they're looking to go back out. That was the music of their youth. And, music can be nostalgic.
And do you know what? That's so funny. Kelly LaRock said the same thing.
Okay.
She says
she most probably nicked my answer.
Well, she was saying she feels like when we're out, or when she's out, and when she's performing, it's a timeless genre, and she feels like she is giving people that kind of nostalgia and that sense of,
But why not? We're in the entertainment business. We're enjoying ourselves. We're having a good time. Other people are having a good time. If it's all based on great and lovely memories, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we love garage. Absolutely love garage. What is it, though, in your opinion? What is it about this scene that makes it so special, like events like this? I mean, we bring the people out every time.
I think it's in the music. The music is just fun. It's lots of vocals, lots of female vocals, lots of songs about love and nice inverted commas things, good things.
Yeah.
Even songs where people are apologising for indiscretions, it's still done in a nice way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was your song.
I know.
But it wasn't like, I went out and done a madness and then I didn't tell her sorry. It was, babe, come back. I made a mistake.
Do you know what's funny? I always find it weird when people want to hear it at a wedding. Like they'll say, "Can you come and perform at a wedding?" I'm like, "Bro, you do know what this song's about."
You know, one of the most popular records that I've ever played at a wedding is Candy Staton, Young Hearts Run Free.
Really?
It couldn't be a more non-appropriate song for a wedding. But people love it. And that just kind of goes to show that people are just into the vibe and the energy. Yeah, the lyrics are the lyrics, but actually the song makes me feel good. I remember the first time I heard it. I remember dancing to it. I remember being in a car for the first time with my friends. Yeah. It don't really matter.
Yeah. And that's it. I think this particular genre is our vibe. It is.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It used to be a lifestyle. Because it used to
definitely was a culture. It's a
denim, champagne, drinking.
Yeah, it's definite culture.
It's definitely a culture, and long may it continue. Because I just think wherever we take garage, whether it's in the UK, whether it's abroad, it's still the same kind of reaction to it. We've never really been anywhere and the reaction's been like, oh my God.
No, it's beautiful today. It's fantastic today.
Yeah.
And you got to think that maybe half of the audience were just born or maybe been 1 or 2 years old when this record first came out. And look, everyone knows the words. Everyone knows every word to the song.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Great songwriting.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I can't really say anything about it. Not going to keep too much of your time, Mr. Spoon, because I know that you've got some way.
It's all good, but thank you, man.
I appreciate you coming on here. You've been speaking to us for 5 minutes. That's great for us. Great for the channel. Original Garage Senders on YouTube.
Big up.
Remember, this is what we do. Thank you, Spoon, bro.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
Appreciate your time, bro.
No worries.
We'll speak to you soon.
Yeah,
there you have it. Original Garage Senders. We're in IBIZA, Old Beach. We've just shot it down with DJ Spoony and Nene and Sabrina, who were fantastic, by the way.
That's amazing.
It was a really, really good show. What's good? It's your boy Denzee. This is the Original Garage Senders TV, and we are at O Beach in Ibiza, and I have a super special guest. He's not even just a guest. He's one of my partners in crime. I've got Dave, MONSTABOY Dave, which is one half of MONSTABOY, one of the super producers behind our big track, Sorry I Didn't Know. And we're gonna chat to him right now. All right, so Dave.
Good evening.
What's going on?
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good. So, we're in Ibiza, bro.
Wicked.
First time here, or?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? 20 odd years and here we are.
20 odd years and we've never done Ibiza, bro.
Crazy.
Honestly. But what I want to speak to you about, this channel that we created is basically celebrating this genre, UK Garage. You've been in the game a long time. I want to go back just a little bit to how you got into the whole garage scene. I know you was doing promotions.
Yeah.
So how long we going back now?
Oh, boy, I think you're going back to what, 1997? We started a record shop, me and Santi. So we had the record shop. Before that, we had the radio. You know what I mean? So the radio was what was really.
What was the name of the station again?
Scene FM.
Scene
Yeah,
FM.
and that's what really pushed it.
Yeah.
And that was me, Santi, and David.
Yeah, and David as well. So we're talking 97, yeah?
And before.
Before.
Yeah, probably started around about 95, 96.
So we've got 30 years of garage. And remember as well, we're not from London. We're from actually north of the country, Nottingham. I didn't know much about garage until I kind of met you guys first and foremost. But at the time, what was the scene like in Nottingham? It was kind of just bubbling then, wasn't it? Like,
I think through the radio,
Yeah.
you know, it was healthy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
obviously, we couldn't get into the clubs.
Yeah.
And it was only a few clubs that would open the door to us, like the House.
Yeah.
And what's that club on Wollerton Street where we had the basement? The basements.
The basement. Yeah.
The basement.
Yeah.
You know, they're the two clubs that really opened the door to us, and
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's what really spurned the scene on in Nottingham, and that's where I met you for the first time.
That's exactly where you met me for the first time.
I can even remember the day.
You can remember the day?
Yeah, they're DJing, and we went and had a talk in the toilets.
It was for real. Oh my God, we did. Because you know what? It was dicey. Damien introduced. He brought us down to Essence because he was like saying, "Yo, what do you know about garage?" And I'm like, "I don't know much about garage." And I must admit. So this was probably about 97. And then when I went to Essence and seen the vibe, the music, and it was just like, "Yo, this is mental." But then when was the record shop there before?
We had the record after the radio. I started the record shop, so we had an influx of the music.
Yeah.
You know, and then we got the clubs.
Yeah.
So the record shop was there, and I built the studio upstairs in the upstairs of the record shop.
Yeah.
And that's where you came in.
That's when I came in as well. And so we're fast forwarding now. So we've linked up. And obviously it's not just yourself that produces, there's your partner Sticks as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sticks.
Big up Stick.
Big up Sticks, Steve Heiliger, who's the other producer for MONSTABOY. How long have you guys been producing?
We were working together probably 5, 6, 7 years before then.
Before then.
Yeah, we started doing like techno house.
Yeah.
We had a couple of tunes played by the late great John Peel.
Yeah.
You know, and then the music started to transition.
Yeah.
And that's when I said to Sticks, well, let's jump on this.
Yeah.
Because this is the sound of the youth.
Yeah. So let's go back then. What was the first track MONSTABOY produced and put out? What was the first? Can you remember?
I think it was a remix of Rush.
It was, Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bertie B came to us.
Yeah.
Bertie B was a DJ
Shout out to
at the
Bertie.
time. And he came to me and he says, "Oh, I've got this a cappella." And I was like, "Okay, great, give it us." And we just went to work on it. You know what I mean? And if you listen to Rush and listen to Sorry, that was like a lot of the groundwork for Sorry was taken taken care of when we were doing Rush. Yeah, it was crazy.
And that was it. MONSTABOY established 1998.
98. We finished Sorry. Went to go and cut it as a dub.
Yeah.
I remember the day when I went down there was Carl Tough Enough Brown and an unknown producer, Daniel Bedingfield.
Wow! Listen, did you hear that? That is mental. So when we went to go and press Sorry as a dub plate, we go in there's a young Daniel Bedingfield. Bearing in mind, Daniel Bedingfield then became massive. Big tune.
And he was like, "Oh, this tune is wicked, man."
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, "Whoa, okay, you like it?" Like, yeah, actually, give us a cut of it. He gave us a cut of his tune. You know, also big up Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie was a cutting studio.
Yeah.
And like I said, we went down there, we cut it. A few of the DJs took it. Carl Brown took it. Whoever was in there on the day, they all took the tune. You know what I mean?
And that was kind of really the birth of Sorry. And it was it's weird because it was, you know, just going back a little bit. So, you know, 97 we met. We then bring you this R&B tune. It then just becomes something different. And you know what's funny about it? Sorry took off so quick. Like, so quickly from recording it to white label, and then it just kind of snowballed. Like, What was your feeling like when it kind of just?
I think, you know, because at that time, you know, we were in this stage of we would make a tune and we didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? We're just like, right, let's get it onto white label, put it out, pass it to the radio DJs because as far as we were concerned, we were radio and it was all about the pirate stations in London. You know what I mean? So I remember we went to Essential, which was a distribution company at the time, and we gave it to them. Yeah. And they just, you know, they ran wild with it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing as well. I think what people need to understand as well with this genre UKG, like pirate radio was absolutely everything for this genre, right? It was the king. Do you know what I mean? And it was like when you guys had the radio station in Nottingham, that was when I really started to really listen to garage and pick up on the genre and what it was about. I loved it, D. I'm not gonna lie. Like I really took to it. I've got to say, when Sorry came out, I wasn't sure we weren't really sure where it was gonna go.
I don't think we had a clue.
I don't think anyone knew.
I know.
Yeah.
Pushing it. But you know, like the first time I went out and played it in a dance, the dance stood still. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, you know, where do we go from here? You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, it's like that with any tune. When people hear it for the first time, they have to listen to it, they have to take it in, they have to soak it up. But I think what was key with that tune, there used to be a lot of R&B samples and stuff around at the time. Yeah. And obviously, you came in, you were singing it, you know what I mean? And that was something that was pioneering at the time.
And that's interesting as well because it was this genre is 30 years and I had no clue that this genre would last this long. And it's weird because it's kind of, I don't know if it's had like an upturn because there was a point where it was really strong and then there was a lot of tunes in the charts, ourselves, So Solid, your Amina Johnsons, your Nenes, your Sabrinas and everybody else that were in there, Sweet Female Attitude, Kelly LaRock. And there was like a little bit of a break and then like all of a sudden there's just been like this massive surge again. And we spoke to Kelly and Kelly was just like saying she thinks it's just like, it's just a timeless genre. You think the same?
I think it happens with a lot of genres because, you know, before we got into the garage, it was drum and bass. Yeah. And, you know, if you notice, drum and bass had its time when it was up there, then it had its lull, and then it established itself. Yes. And I think that's what happened with garage. Yeah. You know, it came into it, everybody was into it as a younger, then it had its lull, but now it's a staple along the club scene.
Yeah. And that's what I think. I feel like it's very UK owned. And when we do certain venues, we do the Sidewinders, your Garage Nations and everything, you can just see from the turnout, younger generation, it's just, you know, it's just been passed down and people are really taking it on and you know, we're still getting bookings.
Well, I think with our song transcended loads of different generations, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and still going.
And still going now.
Still going as well.
And still going now.
Do you think it's because we didn't have a video to that song?
I think that added to the mystique. Yeah. You know, I think that added to the mystique. Well, who are these guys? Yeah. They're not from London. Yeah. They've got a big tune on the garage scene, and nobody didn't know who we were. They just heard us on pirate radio. Yeah. So, you know, I've got to say, I think that added to the mystique.
Yeah, I would definitely go along with that. I think if we had a video, I think it would have been one of those things where it would have been like overkill.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, we'll never know. But either way, I think it's worked out very, very well for us.
100% worked out for us.
Look where we are.
Look where we are as well. Look, IBIZA is crazy. Yeah. So Sorry was produced, charted 2000. And it's crazy because it charted quite high for a video that, for a track that didn't have no video.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, 24, number 24.
Yeah, 24.
So it was in the top 25. Then, talk to me about the follow-up single.
What was that? Baby Can't You See?
Baby Can't You See?
I think at the time, we just weren't ready. Yeah. You know, it's like the speed it took off. Yeah. We weren't ready. I mean, ideally, we should have been in a position where we had 3 or 4 singles
ready
and waiting to go.
Yeah.
But you know, we weren't, and Sorry just kind of snowballed at a rate that was shocking to
This is the
everybody
thing.
that was involved.
And it's so hard. I keep trying to tell people, when you have a hit single, the hardest thing is following it up with another one, because people still expect that same level of success. I personally think we've done songs that were better than Sorry.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I would definitely agree.
And it was just like, why did they not take off? But we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
At the end of the day, it's down to the public, and it's what the public want. And at the end of the day, it's like that song, Sorry, has stuck around since 1998 up to 2024. Yeah. And I think it will stick around longer. Yeah. You know, and
absolutely.
We can't, you know, we just have to give thanks that the people have decided, like, yo, this is our sing-along anthem.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. And it's weird though, so let's go back just a little bit about the actual scene itself in Nottingham. I mean, now, we don't really get much garage, do we? In like, I mean, obviously before 98, between 98 and I would say probably 2000, really strong in all the clubs, but there was that little stigma. It did have a bad reputation, not really a bad reputation, but you know, they always used to, whenever people wrote reviews about garage, they'd always say, you know, it attracted about a certain crowd and, you know, all the gangsters.
Yeah, I think you get that with whatever's popular at the time amongst the younger generation always seems to have a bad rep. Yeah. You know, because it's like, you know, you look at the music that's popular now, it's got a bad rep. Yeah. Back in the day, our music had a bad rep, and it's like, why did we have a bad rep? Because it's like, I can't remember a dance that we had or that we held that was, you know, shut up or anything like that. No, it's just it's just young people wanting to come together and listen to the music that they were into at the time.
And I kind of feel like it was a little bit of an excuse for the police and whatever to kind of shut it down. They just needed one incident to happen. Yeah. And then we kind of fast forward 10, 15, 20 years, and you know, we've gone away from raves, garage raves, and it's now been turned into festivals now, and I think that's what's kind of given it a new lease of life, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And also when you put festival in, it also attracts a different kind of clientele and a different kind of
100%. I think our song as well has transcended genres. It's like, it's not just a garage track, it's a club anthem.
It's a club anthem. Yeah, love that. Gets taken on by Joel Corey. Shout out to Joel Corey, by the way.
Yeah. Big up Joel Corey.
Big up Joel Corey. And again, it just goes mad.
Yeah, it's surprising because it's like, you think to yourself, oh, everybody already knows the tune. Right. But it reached a totally different audience. You know?
Completely different audience, And that's what it was. Gave it a new life again. We went platinum, and then we went double. And it was like, whoa.
20 odd years after the first one, double platinum, it's like...
I don't know if you feel the same. I kind of feel like it's like a poetic justice kind of thing. Even though it wasn't us that took it platinum, it was, we always felt we had a platinum tune, if that makes sense.
I think if you look at music and music history, a lot of the tunes that we listen to and get popular are remakes of older tunes. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And I think we've just fitted into that category without even knowing it.
Without even knowing it. Yeah, it's true.
And it's like, that's a testament to the tune, what we did with the tune, and the time the tune came about. Yeah. You know? Yeah, excellent. And it's what's nice is, even off the back of the Joel Corey version, like, people are giving us our flowers. Like we've had more bookings. I think we're doing. I mean, we've always had bookings and we've always done big shows, but doing the Mobos was a highlight, you know, and never mind the Buzzcocks was a highlight. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice, and also I think it's nice that you guys are getting that. So like, I don't think you understand how much it was of a proud moment for me seeing you and Sticks on TV. Right, because when people associate
MONSTABOY, they just see me as the performer, and then they just go MONSTABOY. It's a bit of a lazy tag. So it was nice that they can actually separate the producers from the artist in that. That's great. Anything coming forward from MONSTABOY? Wouldn't you like to know? Do you know how many tunes we've done?
Yeah, what do you
It's
like?
crazy. Wouldn't you like to know? Anything in the pipeline?
I just think, I just think we need to go on as we're going on, because I think, rather than go out there and look for something, it's like, how many artists would love to have the success that we've had with one tune?
One tune, yeah.
And if we can keep that going,
yeah.
I think we've done we've done
what we're set out
what
to
we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be looking for anything else. We should be looking to keep this going for the people, because it's the people that put it there.
And obviously, content creating like this will keep it.
Yeah.
This is the whole point of us doing that. We want to celebrate the genre.
Big up Spoony.
Mate,
you know what I mean? Because Spoony,
it's crazy because
Spoony with the the 50-yarder, 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Right.
50-yarder.
Really pushed the tune for us. So going back to when you were saying when you first played it, and it was like a dead reaction kind of thing. It was weird because when people started to come to me saying, "Yo, what's this tune that you man did?" Like, I'm like, "Where have you heard this?" Spoony. Radio 1, 30-yarder. That was it, the 30-yarder. 30-yarder every week. Yeah. This guy championed us, man. That's why we got a lot of love for Spoony, man. Do you know what? Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what, Dave? Chat to you all day, bro. Honestly. Thank you so much for chatting to us, bro. This is Dave, MONSTABOY producer. You've been watching the original Gary Senders. I'm your boy Denzee. Till next time. See you next time.